Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragons here, and I'm going to be playing some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So let's hop right in and continue the game. Now, last time, I couldn't finish up the trial. But mostly because I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do. But now I know what I need to do. I need to present Mia's autopsy report. At anything further than the first one for Detective Gumshoe. Alright. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me. You say the victim, Maya Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's what you were saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks, now, isn't it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could've? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? I mean, that does make sense. The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from the department, Detective. Immediate death due to blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. That is a good point. But no buddying your way out of this one, Detective. Yeah, there's no way out of this. I mean, that is a good point. Order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder. Huh. It was a day after the murder. The prosecution's point being, that the autopsy is outdated, Your Honor. But where's your evidence behind that, Edgeworth? What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday, at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. Yeah, I doubt that. I received these results this morning. That's likely fabrication. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have the time to write Maya. That is all. I don't believe you, Miles. Darn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Yeah, it's obviously fabricated. I mean, come on, isn't it well known that Miles Edgeworth fabricated, evidence, in multiple previous cases? Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Edgeworth. I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have to request a second autopsy report? Exactly! It's obviously a fabrication. Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. I mean, it is valid questions. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. But there's absolutely no need for a second autopsy report, whenever there was already one done, the day prior. You know? Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Autopsy report updated in the court record. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. But it doesn't make sense. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. But she didn't see it, though. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up this segment, because I looked up a guide for this, but I already figured out the stuff for Miss April May. Alright, what I gotta do is go to the third or fifth statement. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Good question, Phoenix. Best question you could ask. Nothing about her is innocent. other than how she tries to present herself. Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service. Wink. Yeah, I don't think you're innocent, lady. I don't really think you are. Especially with that hosier pool. I'm gonna turn off my mic. Alright, sorry about that. Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Oh, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. Yeah, none of this screams good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. I mean, good point. I can't really deny that. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, in my hotel room. Yeah, I'm not saying tee-hee unironically. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fan Co. law offices. That's right. I'm not calling Miles Edgeworth Big Boy. That just makes me sound weird. Oh my god, I hate talking, for April May. I just hate talking to her right now. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Okay, witness testimony. Witness's account. It was like 9, at night. So, I looked out the window, you know? And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was a mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with long hair, she kinda slumped. Yeah, it really sucks what happened to mine. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Oh my god, I hate reading her dialogue. Oh my god, it just makes me feel like I'm some child, or like I get her off the Hershey Highway. Either or. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? Yeah, going back to what the judge said. Her account of the story was not at all firm. At all. Under any sense of the word. You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. And you falsify evidence, Miles. Hey, how dare you? Honestly, that's a good point. How dare you insult Mia Fey like that? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine this witness? Yes, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. I think I have to press the third or fifth statement. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. So let's go ahead and go to the third statement. Since that would be the quickest. Okay. So let's press this one. I think that's good. How do you know she was the defendant? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. I question the testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Honestly, that's a good point. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning of this? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless, about this? I mean, okay, if you really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. That is true. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. You're one to talk, Phoenix. Like Jesus Christ, you're one to talk. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. That is true. Testimony is bogus. But, still, we don't know if she was dressed like that way. She was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Honestly, I guess she's gonna admit that she's lying. What are you trying to say? You mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling details were necessary. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I promise. I'm skipping over that middle sentence. I'm not reading that. Your testimony again, if you would. Darn. I almost had her. Okay, I'm gonna see what... Wait, actually, I think I need to present the statue on the 5th, thing. Okay. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with the weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. You know, the statuette clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? I'm not reading that last one. I'm not reading Teehee. I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Alright. Let's go to the 5th. I think I have to present the weapon. So let's present the evidence. The weapon. Okay.
Objection!
Now let's present this. Miss May. What you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? You'd like that, wouldn't you? Please stop talking! Naughty Mr. Lawyer. I'm face-palming so hard right now. You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. That's actually a good point. Order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Ooh.
Objection!
Okay. Honestly, I'm doing pretty well for how poorly I did at the start. The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. But isn't pointing out evidence, like kinda what you need to do here? Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. That is true. Phoenix did catch a murderer in the first episode. By the way, this is episode 2. Alright. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Phew, that was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over. Oh, what? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? That is true. She needs to answer that question now. April May needs to answer that question. What? That's because I heard it? You couldn't have heard it from another building. Like, also while at an angled position that you were clearly wrong. Yes, I heard it say the time. So you've been to the law offices of Faye & Co.? No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? Probably because you murdered Mia, likely. I heard it from my hotel room. There's no way you heard it. The law offices of Faye & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. But I doubt it's close enough. She could easily have heard the clock. She was at a higher angle and from a different building. There's no way she heard it. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? Honestly, no. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard it. It couldn't have wrong. Your Honor, members of the court. It is inconceivable that the clock in question, rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. Yeah, I remember that. Mia took it out for some paperwork. How could you possibly... Just take a look right now. Yeah. That is a good point. Mia took out the clockwork for some paperwork. And mentioned it on the phone with Maya. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. And I have the phone records to prove it. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. You think? Yes, fat. Well, in the liar department particularly, because she's not fat. Well, Miss May, tisk tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow. He knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was this clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. I got the phone logs! That's true, that is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? I can. Let's go ahead and pull out the phone records. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof isn't everything? While I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence proves when the clockwork was removed is the phone. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Ooh. You have a girly phone? No, it's Maya's phone! Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. I knew I thought of checking the phone. Order. The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. And Detective Gumshoe gave it to me, too. To Phoenix, particularly. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. What for? Giving evidence? For a murder trial? I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Honestly, I kinda don't. Let's hear the conversation. Yeah, I've already read this in the last video. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip past all this. Wait, actually, never mind. I'm just gonna read it. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. It's not working? That's lame. Had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time it was recorded. Yeah, that's a good point. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Honestly, I don't think she can explain it. Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Probably because she used it to murder Mia. Or something. Well, isn't it obvious? I saw a clock before. What store was that again? I got so many. I forgot. So those witnesses had seen it before? That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes, I do, because Larry was the one who made the clock. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen this clock before. Let's present the wiretap. Here is undeniable proof. Please, this is a court case, not some surrealist performance art piece. Perhaps the defense would like to change its mind. Please produce evidence this... Wait. I don't know what I can provide. I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Alright, I think I have to present the statue, thinker. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. No, it isn't. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses not on sale today? Honestly, I don't think April May is at all viable in terms of sources. Was the jiggle physics really necessary? That's impossible. What's it to you, porcupine head? You didn't need to go that low. That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die. I don't think she should. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Yeah, I don't really like April May. Yeah, I'm not reading any of this. Silly me. Did I, lose it? Yes, you did. I guess, teehee. I can't believe I read that. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Honestly, I don't know. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Now, how am I gonna do that? Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because, you held it. This is familiar to territory. I'll use the same approach as with Larry. Miss May held that very clock in her hands. Mr. Wright, when was this? When she used it to strike the victim. When else? Honestly, that is a good point. Order. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? April May, you killed Mia Fey, I say. And when you struck, the force of the impact made the thinker ring. That's when you heard it. Objection! Honestly, that is a good point. There's no way you can refute any of this, Edgeworth. You truly are a work of art, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? What's that supposed to mean? It was you who just proved the thinker was empty. Oh, of course, it wouldn't ring. What's more, the witness has a rock-solid alibi. Miss May, perhaps you could explain to the poor, misguided Mr. Wright that you were in the hotel at the time of the murder. She can't prove it. She did it. It would be my pleasure. Honestly, I don't think so. No way. Yes way, Mr. Lawyer. Didn't the murder take place at 9 at night? Gee, that's the exact time I ordered some room service from the hotel Bellboy. Incidentally, the Bellboy corroborates with the witness's story. Ergo, she was not at the crime scene, rock solid. I don't believe that for a second. Mr. Wright, you've just made a serious accusation against a perfectly innocent woman. Perfectly innocent, huh? Yeah, she doesn't scream innocent to me. Sorry, Your Honor, that didn't go so well. But if that's the case, then how did she know the thinker was a clock? Wait, a wiretap. Your Honor, I figured it out. There is one other way Miss April May could have known it was a clock. One way alone, and I have proof. Well, proof, you say? Then the court will examine your proof, Mr. Wright. I gotta pause the recording real quick because I gotta see what I gotta provide. Okay, I think I either gotta accept the condition that Edgeworth is about to bring up or provide the cell phone or wiretap. Okay, how did the witness know the thinker was a clock? The wiretap. Have a look at this. That, I found this in Miss May's room. Honestly, that's a good point. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not? Yes, she was. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. Honestly, it is pretty relevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Yes, I absolutely do. Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have you have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Yes. Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. She did. Here's my proof. The proof is that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. Is this. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again, what's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? No, you're not, Phoenix. Your Honor, this is ridiculous. No, it isn't. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. More so, whoever the murderer is, to actually come to light. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May, shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. Well, you are in a court of law, so you kind of have to answer the questions. I I mean, if I'm being honest, you have to answer the question. It's no fair. All of you are ganging up on me like that. What part are we ganging up on you? Oh, so I'm the bad girl, isn't it? Is it, is that it? Is that it? Uh, quit crying like a baby. That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal a final blow. Hold on. You did it, didn't you? Uh, Miss April May, confess. You did it, didn't you? Are you out of your mind? Oh wait, I forgot. You're a lawyer. You must be really going to low tactics like that? At the time of the murder, I was in my hotel room, getting room service. How could I have killed her? If you don't believe me, just ask the bellboy. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. I'm gonna call the bellboy. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already.
Objection!
We gotta bring the bellboy. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Yeah, the bellboy is a key piece of information here. Why would you object to that? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition: if Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize Miss April May was not the killer. Thus, she is innocent, and thereby you must also accept the verdict of Miss Maya Fay. That is my condition. What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? I gotta accept the condition. Alright, I've got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. Alright. I gotta be extra careful here, because if I don't point out anything suspicious, then Maya's automatically charged. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy without a further ado. The witness may begin the testimony. Alright. I need to lock in for this. Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy of the fine Gatewater Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her precisely at the precisely requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. Huh, I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder somehow, Maya will be finished. Alright. I'm gonna pause the recording to see what I need to choose. Alright. Alright, it says that I need to press his 4th or 5th statement. I am the head bellboy at the fine... Okay, I need to press his 4th or 5th statement. So I'm gonna go to the 4th. Since that's the easiest to get to.
Hold it!
Okay. It's precisely 9 o'clock then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, Bellboy? Hee hee. I'd like an iced coffee at 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on the door at 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? I need to press this one, too. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. Okay, I need to protest. Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with a warm embracer, sir? Embracer? Is that, French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More like a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I mean, come on. It should be obvious. I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. Alright, it's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? I gotta protest. Wait, please, wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question. That's all. Okay, this is it. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? It says that any of them are valid. So, I gotta ask him, about this. Tell me about when you checked in Miss May. Oh, alright. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me, what exactly was a disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir, but even I'd have a little chance with her lover there. Lover? What did he say? What did you say? Rather quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person?
Objection!
I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. This witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Okay, what person checked in with Miss May? Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. I mean, it was kinda important. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oh. Well, that's ironic. You fool. Well. Uh, I've done it. I've won. Honestly, I think I did. Miss May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person who was who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Honestly, okay, let's see who, this man is, and who, Mr. Wright, is this other person. Simple. It was the man with Miss April May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. That is true. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in that room at the time of the murder. What a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? That is true. I don't trust Edgeworth. After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. That is true. Miles has been known, he is famous for hiding evidence and fabricating it too. So, let's see what I gotta do. Upstart. Immature. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all for today. For the trial of Miss Maya Fay. Court is adjourned. Is that the end of the episode? Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Mr. Wright, you are amazing there. Really? But how is Maya out here? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know? Honestly, I kinda am. In more ways than just one. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. What do you mean by that? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. Honestly, I just feel bad for Maya. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May, with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyways? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Honestly, I just want to end this case and free Maya. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. I hope so. And judging by what I know about him, it probably is the murderer that did it. That man is the murderer, most likely. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Oh man, I feel bad for Mia. She was genuinely a real one. Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. Alright. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now I have it. I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. May's testimony added to the court record. Huh. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigate. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center. It's up to me to set her free. Honestly, I'm gonna try and set her free. That's what I gotta do. To be continued. Alright. I'm gonna save my progress. I think that I'm about to get into, day 3. Alright, that's gonna be the end of today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.